Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no, there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG.
It is apples and oranges type of thing. Depends who you like.
Wait.
Come on. Many dimes.
Drop dimes.
Many dimes.
No, I love listening to that ever. They're just so many funny minutes. My funniest bit is, do you know when they said you want to talk about mercenaries?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That was so funny.
Yeah, you want to talk about mercenaries? Whoa, segue.
Good way to start.
Yeah.
I mean,
Boy,
who wants to start us off? Kick us off.
who we starting with? KD?
KD.
Boy, can't lie, like the Nets have it's just been a circus the last couple of days, man. Been an absolute circus, fam. So obviously, for like people that might not know, the Nets started off with obviously KD, Kyrie joining off the back of KD's stint in Golden State. They could have linked up in the Knicks, decided no, they want to go join the Nets. So obviously KD was coming off the back of his Achilles tear. These men were obviously sort of talking about how they're gonna win a championship in Brooklyn. KD comes back, obviously pandemics in and around the situation. Kyrie's in and out of the team due to a whole bunch of other things from the insurrection in America, vaccination program, all of that. So KD's basically been carrying the team on his own. And then it gets to last season, and Kyrie obviously out of the team. KD's basically playing 38, 40 minutes a game, carrying that team.
It was ridiculous at that time.
And so you get to the playoffs. Now, KD, Kyrie, you're thinking, okay, 7 seed, you're not really expecting, them to perform like a 7 seed, You're thinking they're going to at least get one against the Celtics. They get swept. And they get swept well. Jason Tatum, best player in that series. And so, you now get to the summer. Kyrie, obviously now has a player option. Is he going to sign it? Is he not? The Nets obviously are contemplating whether to give him a long-term deal. They don't want to do it because you can't rely on him, all of that. For all of this time, KD's quiet. KD's not saying nothing.
KD said he doesn't want to get involved
Get
in
involved
the
in
business.
someone else's money.
Yeah, he said that. I was like, okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, fine. Kyrie opts in. 2 days after Kyrie opts in, KD requests a trade.
He drops the bomb.
KD requests a trade. Now, imagine being the Nets owner, fam. Imagine being Josiah. Imagine sitting there having to deal with that now. That is crazy, fam. Crazy. And so now I think they're still working, obviously, on finding KD, a new location. And I think the Suns are the team that he's...
Suns of Miami.
They're the two that he's rumoured to want to join. But, fam, I think in terms of KD's kind of like... Obviously not a knock on his game, but a knock on his kind of personality.
His personality.
You know what I mean? It's a personality issue. It's like, for a guy so great, you could argue top 10 talent of all time. You could argue that.
Yeah, sure.
To basically have his career essentially sort of like manipulated, and dictated to him by Kyrie, to the point where, it's costing him, playoff victories. It's costing him, potentially championship tilts. This is, KD. Obviously, KD's 33. I think he's 34 in September. There's not a lot, left of his prime.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're watching the team that he left. The Warriors go and win another chip without him. I don't know. I think obviously, Yinks was on the 75 pod as well. He's been, adamant for time. Shout out Yinks, to be fair. He's been adamant for time about KD's mentality, about how you can't really put him in the same same sort of like categories as LeBron, as a leader of a championship team. And fam, watching the way this is played out, can't argue with him.
I think that's like Melo said something very similar. Like he's a hired gun. He's a weapon. He's not a man that you can build anything on. Like a weapon is of destruction. That's it.
Fam.
Purely is destruction.
But you see, the thing is, when I obviously over his time towards the end in OKC and his time in Golden State, I always saw him as more than that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think he was a leader at OKC then?
A leader at OKC. Wow.
Was he the leader? Because I would argue that
He was the best player.
I would argue that Westbrook was
But
the leader.
it's hard to be the leader when you're not the point guard.
Ooh, but
It's
LeBron's
hard-
not a point guard.
LeBron is essentially a point
Jordan
guard
is a
for his
point
teams, though. Jordan wasn't.
Hakeem not a point guard.
Larry Bird, okay, maybe point forward, fair enough. Hakeem, centre.
Hakeem,
Shaq,
yeah,
centre.
that's
Kobe's shooting guard.
Kobe's not even was never ever a point guard.
Never a point guard.
Yeah. So for
So
KD,
it's possible. You're right. You've given me examples. It's possible.
Well, who was the leader of the Celtics? What? Yeah, you Garnett, Pierce before Rondo.
yeah, it was Garnett, Pierce, and Allen.
I'd say it's Garnett and Pierce.
Yeah, and then Rondo kind of like meshed. It was like the mesh.
Even Ray Allen was before
Yeah.
Rondo.
To be the KD thing. So
Dirk as well.
yeah, the KD thing was very interesting because I started to see reports that he wasn't talking to the Nets front office during the off season. I was a bit like, it's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird.
You're the best player. Why are you not talking?
Looking at roster like construction, all of that.
And then obviously I know the negotiations. I think obviously Kyrie was saying choose between 7 million and 36
6 million, yeah.
That's like dare to
Or
be
36,
different. All of this is
yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Apparently the Nets offered him like 2 or 3 contracts, but they were all like permitted on how many games he's gonna play.
Of course, rightly so.
And then Kyrie was saying no, he doesn't want that. He wants it guaranteed.
Guy's insane.
He wants it guaranteed. It's
actually
pure in
insane.
it. But the thing is, I don't think any of this happens if they don't bring back Kyrie until after the mandate's done. But having him play half the games is disjointed the whole thing. If he comes back after the mandate, Harden's still there.
They were short
Okay.
though.
Harden was still
They
there.
were
KD.
short players.
They were short
They were
when they
short
asked
players.
Kyrie to come back. And
It
obviously they
should
only
have
finished.
just fell this season. They should have just let the season
You
go.
would have had them throw away last season.
KD, the stage of his career doesn't have time.
He doesn't
But he
have
has-
to away season.
This doesn't.
That's what
I
I'm
get what you're
saying.
saying, but KD's what 33, 34.
But when he came back,
he's
they
not.
lost Harden. Harden
It's
basically.
true, but KD, obviously hindsight is a beautiful thing, but KD is also injury prone. So KD even more so can't be like, oh, let me throw away this season when it come back next. Because you
No,
never know,
he's
he might
gonna
get
be
injured
back
again.
next
But when they came back, they were just okay. Basically, they had outside of Kyrie, Durant. What did they really have? What pieces did they have? Okay, Seth Curry can shoot, can't defend.
Joe Harris was injured all season.
Joe Harris was injured all season. He's been a negative. He's just been holding cap space. They should have tried to get rid of him. They're trying to get rid of him in this Kyrie Westbrook deal. Apparently, they're trying to add Joe Harris into the deal, but they want Seth. Bruce Brown, he's been positive, I guess, and they've lost him now. He's gone. Center, they had the center issue was an issue because Claxton can't hit free throws.
It's true. But yeah, I mean, obviously, KD and Kyrie, they all like to think themselves, us two will have enough to at least be very competitive. I mean, that's why, because even looking back, I believe more people thought Nets were going to beat the Celtics.
I think, do you know when we had that conversation at the 75, we said, oh, they'll get the next game.
Yeah.
They didn't get
They didn't get the next game.
But it was a competitive streak because every game was close. It wasn't like, there was no blowout in that series.
The Nets could have won game 1, I think.
Yeah.
Jason
They
Tatum
basically
won
had,
that
but they basically had game 1, and then Kyrie did something. He did it. It was so mad. He tried to take 2 dons on. He tried to take Smart. They doubled him, and I think they doubled KD. Yeah. And then obviously, that man don't trust anyone else. The shot that they got off was awful. That's what gave the Celtics the chance to even be within a point.
Jason Tatum with the buzzer beater layup.
And that was KD as well. Because KD
Tatum runs off the back of it.
Yeah, KD just standing there.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy. What do I think about KD's trade requests? Said like last eloquently touched on it. He has arguably the greatest tangibles of all time, talent wise.
Right.
That size, that big.
He actually had a handle.
Shooting ability. The only thing he lacks tangible wise is being more imposing, stronger. He's got the height, but in terms of being the strength, that's the only thing he lacks. Everything else he pretty much has. But intangible wise, out of all the guys who have tangibles to his level, he's the worst, in my opinion. I mean, all the guys.
the worst. Him and Will are very close.
Even Wilt have managed to get it done.
Will got 2 chips. He got 2 chips.
Will got 2 chips, but Wilt didn't go to. If I remember correctly, didn't go to teams that one before him and another one after. He didn't go to already built teams. He didn't go to teams that were arguably the best team on record.
This is
before.
true.
This is a major concern, I think, for KD's legacy as well. Like,
oh, for sure.
Because now that the Warriors have won a chip before him, they won chips with him, and now they've won a chip after him. It's a big indictment on him as a superstar fan. People just look at him as, oh, he's just an elite talent, and then that's it. Like, there's nothing else. There's nothing else to him. There's no leadership sort of like qualities that you can say that he has.
The thing is with KD, he just everything he does, he says he only cares about playing hoops. You know, like when he says,
I just want a ball, man.
He just want a ball. Like, oh, you see me in the gym, but everything he does is in reaction to what people say. He's so easily led by the outside opinion.
Rabbit is,
yeah.
Man. That's what Matt said.
Yeah.
Matt's kind of said it time ago. Rabbit is.
Rabbit is, yeah.
That's it, man.
He hears everything. He sees everything.
The thinnest skinned superstars ever seen.
Yeah, because think about it. If he didn't care, why is he? He would be like, okay, let's get rid of Kyrie. Let's get someone else in.
Right.
Obviously, I can't understand why he never wants to play with Westbrook again, and Westbrook would never. I don't. Westbrook.
They could never play together.
Yeah. Westbrook probably hates Durant more than any player in the world. He probably hates his guts. Like, if he sees him, he's probably thinking, can I get this guy into the room so I can just dunk on him? Like, he probably hates that. Obviously, for me personally, the trade, the way you're gonna get KD, whatever trade that works out, it's gonna have to involve an all-star. And I have my idea of who he's gonna involve.
Yeah.
I think Donovan Mitchell might end up at the Nets.
I think KD goes to Utah.
I'm looking at
3-team change.
I'm looking at the Jazz, innit? Because they just traded away Gobert, innit?
That Gobert trade is nuts.
I think they're just breaking it all down.
Basically 5 first-round picks. If that's what you're getting for Gobert, what are you getting for KD?
Gobert.
I mean, yes. I mean,
I think
Gobert's
that's an indictment on Cat as well, because like you're
a big guy too.
You're a big guy too, so we have to go and get this guy.
Yeah, he's 6'11", 7 foot.
And what's gonna happen in the playoffs? Because I dare you to play both of them,
bro.
I dare you to play both of them.
Small lineups in the playoffs will absolutely destroy.
Face Golden State with both of them. You're dusty.
To be fair, I touched on, I believe, on the space we had. I was watching some analysis of basketball. What the guy said, the best way to counter small ball lineups,
score with the bigs.
but to have two elites, or not, at least very good two-way skilled bigs. But the thing is, they're both one-way players.
Yeah, one is good offensively, one is good defensively.
That's why I believe we looked at when I believe the Pelicans faced Golden State in the playoffs with AD and Boogie. And then who went down? Someone went down. Boogie went down. Before that, I believe the games were competitive and they were causing damage. So if basically we had two guys, obviously Boogie defensively, obviously has to remember more. But
Golden State only lost twice when they had it all through of their Clay, Draymond and Steph in the playoffs. They've only lost 2 series. And then the series where they've been caused troubles, like Memphis. So they had Zebo. You're right, Zebo, Gasol. Caused them issues. Spurs always cause them issues because Tim Duncan is obviously, he's going to punish you both ways.
Of course.
But it's to the end of the career. He can't really move his feet.
Yeah.
I think AD and LeBron, Lakers would have caused them a lot of issues.
Yeah, because especially if LeBron decides to play big, which he can. So you basically have two. And when LeBron decides to pick, he's the most skilled big there is ever. So and then him and AD, that caused serious problems.
Toronto beat them, but Toronto got so much length.
Yeah.
That series,
They have think about the guys they can throw up: Siakam, Anunoby, Ibaka, Kawhi. These are man like.
These are big guys.
They're big guys, and they had Gasol as well. That's like 5 guys with length. Yeah. So the team that beat them obviously length. I just don't believe Timberwolves have that. And they have D'Angelo Russell still there.
Well, you can't rely on him.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do? Like, I don't get it. I don't really get that trade. But in terms of the Kawhi and Kevin trade, the trade I heard floated is Phoenix sends their draft. The first round picks and draft swaps.
Of course.
For Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
And then they can trade Mitchell, Ayton, Bridges for KD. And that's if you want players.
Mitchell, Ayton, Bridges for KD. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
So you have KD, CP3, and Devin Booker.
Yeah, and then you just fill the pieces around them. You still got Jay Crowder.
You still got what's his Cameron Johnson?
You got Cameron Johnson. So you still got a good front line. You still got a good front 5. And then Utah can rebuild. They got all their picks. They got all those picks there.
They need to get a paper protector. They got rid of Miguel, JaVale McGee, sorry.
Yeah.
They can. Hey, there's so many. In the NBA, it's easy to find centers, isn't it?
Like a serviceable big. You can see
To be fair, they got Biombo back. What other centers there? What centers on the market? I don't even know. Well, I don't know. Something like a Robin Lopez or something like that. Something like just someone long and big. That's it.
Word, man.
You can find a center. But yeah, that's the trade I see. But I don't think Miami have enough pieces. There's not enough pieces in the league.
Get rid of Butler. Trade Butler for KD.
But
Miami would never do that.
why wouldn't KD want to go there to
Miami
play with
would
Butler?
never do
You
that.
don't think Miami will do that?
No.
You think Miami believe Butler's more valuable than KD?
Yes, 100% believe that.
But Butler in the playoffs, he's a high end all star,
Oh wait. If you're talking
potential MVP
We
type
talk-
player.
If we're talking player for player, what players could you not swap KD for? Like, if I had a list, okay, Giannis, you wouldn't swap him
Yeah.
1 for 1. If they said 1 for 1, oh, Giannis for KD, you wouldn't swap him.
I'm gonna say it was Giannis and Kawhi.
Kawhi, you wouldn't swap him 1 for 1 for Kawhi.
Healthy Kawhi, yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure you wouldn't?
As I said before, I believe Kawhi's a better player than himself.
You couldn't. Steph Curry, never. He's never going to go.
Yeah, the way Golden State are built, even at their best, player for player, like in different scenarios, I believe KD is better. But because Steph Curry is too valuable to Golden State, then
That's
KD,
system.
what KD would be to Golden State.
Would you swap him 1 for 1? Ja.
Obviously, KD's a better player, but the youth, the age gap is too much.
Luka.
The age gap is too much.
Embiid.
Yes, I would.
That's what KD for B.
I would. Embiid is always injured. I can't rely on him.
1 for 1 trade. I don't think Philly would ever do that though.
They'll never do it.
They should.
Jokic.
Obviously, James Harden's there, so there's an issue.
Probably not Jokic.
How's Jokic?
He's like 27, 28.
Nah, I probably would do Jokic.
Swap him 1 for 1. They're like, you got 7 guys there.
That's the thing. He's the leader of the team. You gotta think about that as well.
Yeah. Jokic is the heart and soul.
They play through him.
Yeah, they have to completely restructure their offense.
Booker, would you trade the 1 for
Yeah, I
1?
would.
I do.
Get over Booker, man.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
No brainer.
Yeah, that's no brainer.
I don't think Phoenix would do it, you know.
But Phoenix wouldn't do it.
They would never do
They
it.
can't do it anyway. They just gave him an extension.
Yeah.
If they could, they should, man. What do you mean? This is K fucking D, love.
Fam.
But Booker, I mean, best Booker can probably be, I don't know,
I don't want to swap him for Cat. You do Cat easily.
can be like a B-Tech Kobe or something like that.
There's like 8, 10 you couldn't swap KD's 1
What
for
about
1.
LeBron?
That is tight because LeBron is
LeBron is
year
old.
20.
Yeah,
Fam.
Flip.
That's a lot of money.
Oh.
I wouldn't swap him.
I'm swapping him, man.
I wouldn't.
I'm swapping him.
I wouldn't. Because you're going to
Do you know what?
give LeBron the Brooklyn pieces. Because Brooklyn pieces are better than Lakers pieces.
I'm swapping him, bro. But look, LeBron, unless LeBron can prove me wrong, LeBron's like, he's
Well,
getting-
I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think I would. You know, I don't think I'd let Bron go for KD. I don't think I would. Even at this stage, I don't think I would.
I'm swapping him for 8.
LeBron brings so much to a team, like so much,
That's true.
so much.
How many years of top level LeBron do you have that's going to play both ways? That means
He's even still playing both ways now.
Yeah?
He's even still playing both
He
ways
doesn't
now.
play both ways. He plays one way.
He plays both ways.
I don't. I'm keeping LeBron because at least LeBron's got a lot of injuries recently, but I think
The
LeBron.
only thing issue for me with that trade, it would be KD and AD. That's the lack of leadership.
Of
Times a
flipping.
million.
Yeah.
So
I'll swap AD for KD without thinking, but without my
Yeah, I'll
thoughts.
swap that.
How about Tatum?
I didn't really like what I saw from Tatum towards
Brown
the
was
end
better
of
than him
finals.
in the finals.
Huh?
Brown was better than him in the
That's what I'm
finals.
saying. I didn't like what I
like,
saw from him.
I wouldn't because the age gap is just too much. Tatum's like what 20,
He's still so young.
24?
I think he's like 23, 24. Yeah.
KD's 10 years difference.
So that's just the established players. How about young players? Would you swap him for Mobley?
Yeah, I would.
And Cavs would probably become an instant title contender if you do it. But I don't think Cavs will do it.
I'll talk with him. Even though I like Mobley, and I thought Mobley can become a great player, but it's still you don't know. It's not guaranteed. KD's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed entity.
How about Cade?
Cade. I like Cade. That's potentially the same thing. Like, he's not guaranteed.
And well, think about it, Minnesota. You have to think about it on this perspective. We would swap them, but I think for those respective franchises, if you're in the front office and someone said, "Oh, this is a trade," I'm not doing it. I'm not pulling the trade.
Yes, because you're projecting.
Yeah, I'm not pulling the trade. I'm not pulling that trade because that trade can go horrendous. How much within a year, KD might just say, "Bro, I don't like what's going on here."
He's done it before.
He's done it before.
That's true. Now, hasn't he? Yeah.
So that's why it's so dangerous in the NBA. The player power is just so much. They have to trade him to somewhere he wants to go.
Yeah, otherwise
I mean, to be fair, he's tired. He's got 4 years out his contract, so he's got to play. Like he's not. I don't see him as a type to say the fake injury and say
So what?
for
So
not play.
for example, if Toronto traded for him, Toronto said, "Okay, KD, we want you."
Yeah.
Does KD see out the 4 years at Toronto?
He may want to leave, but if Toronto don't want to trade him, at least up until the 2 years left, I see KD as the type of guy that will play. I don't see him the type of guy saying, "Oh,
he wouldn't sit out. He was playing too much."
Yeah, he said he loves ball.
He just wouldn't sit
And
out.
the thing is, on the flip side, KD doesn't have time to rot. Like Ben Simmons can allow time to rot. Ben Simmons is still young. KD's he's near the end, and if he cares about legacy, which he seems to do, it'll look bad of him rotting. And by the time 2 years time will be 36. Like I said before, earlier on in the pod, like KD's not guaranteed. His injuries, you never know what's gonna happen with KD.
You know what? I like that. I like that Mitchell, Bridges, and Ayton trade because imagine Mitchell, Bridges, Ayton, Simmons, and some pieces around that. Hey, Nets are serious with that.
You're acting as if Ben Simmons is gonna be like serious.
Well, if Simmons can just give me some,
what's he gonna give you?
Just give me some.
Simmons
give me 10. Give me 10 and 5.
Simmons and Ayton on the same court. What's he shooting?
Ayton's actually a very good shooter.
Good outside shooting, but not 3-point.
Okay.
Maybe he can learn. To be fair,
3-point. Okay, so you got 2 basically non-3-point shooters.
I mean, he could learn because Brook Lopez learned as well, so yeah, he could
pick it up.
Ayton doesn't he's not really empowered in Phoenix system. It's just like a rolling big, couple pull-ups and that's
He
it.
definitely feels underappreciated.
Yeah, that's why he wants to lead. To be fair, and then Mitchell will be your source of offense, and Bridges can defend. That's 3-and-D guy straight up.
Mitchell can defend when he's engaged.
And he doesn't need to be a top defender if you've got Ayton there and Simmons on the perimeter.
Simmons as well, clamping down.
Yeah, that's hella defense. Simmons, Bridges, Ayton. Actually, Ayton's defense, I don't even know about that. Luka was backing him down in the playoffs.
Yeah, Luka's deep though.
Maybe he was disengaged, but because there's a stat between Booker and Mitchell showing that how basically effective they are defensively as the years gone on. So in the last 4 years,
Booker's gone like this.
Booker's gone like this, and Mitchell's gone like this in terms of like how the opponent field goal percentage whilst they've been guarding them, and this shows the dedication. That to me shows how much you've been dedicated to your team.
But there's a time when people rate Mitchell more. I think the thing is with Booker, I think Booker obviously he's grown into his role a lot more, and CP3 really helped him to go into that role.
Of course.
Mitchell, they tried to do that with Conley, but Conley's not CP3, and Conley's finished. In my eyes, Conley is just.
Conley's like a bootleg version, but he's finishing even quicker than CP3.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, Booker's situation has been a lot more, beneficial for him to do that sort of stuff. Whereas Mitchell's never a one-way guy.
And you've got Gobert there.
That's his one-way guy, Gobert. When it comes to play, Gobert becomes basically redundant.
No connection whatsoever for them two. They had no connection.
They have no connection, but the funny thing is, I want to see Mitchell with this just play a season with this Jazz team. I want to see what it is really about. He's got that dog in him.
What, just him with no Gobert?
No Gobert, because you complain about Gobert for how long?
We'll probably put out stats. You probably won't win too much, but probably put out stats.
Potentially be MVP candidate.
Yeah. Try to get
that.
Pat Bev? Beasley? Pat Bev, yeah? Next 5 years is mine! Man, been traded 5 times.
Oh, that's crazy. Speaking about next 5 years is mine and who that was a reference to, Steph Curry. So you want to decide where Steph Curry is above KD in all-time rankings?
Ooh, what is he now?
Yeah, or if he was before, or you thought before. Is his Finals MVP change anything?
Finals MVP puts Steph probably ahead of KD now.
Well,
yeah.
oh, come on, man.
No, it does.
Do you know?
It does still.
I was thinking about this. I think we're very quick to change it. Do you know why? Do you know why I'm gonna put pushback? It's because when you play on the same team and one player was better than you, I have to take that into account. Like they both playing on the same team. There's no difference. They're both playing in the same conditions.
I'm not arguing who's the better.
His legacy. You're saying his legacy is better than KD.
His legacy is definitely better.
Cecil said in our episode 50, there's a difference between best and great, or boat and goat. Talent, West is more talent-wise and skills, and it doesn't really take into consideration how much you win and trophies and stuff and all that stuff. Talent-wise, KD is a better player than Steph. He could just do more on the floor.
Exactly.
But But there's a greatness.
You can't be great.
To be fair,
Brings him
KD's
more in the tangible
Steph's
side.
resume is better than KD's.
Sorry?
If we put Steph's resume, if we look at it, if side to side,
Accomplishments.
because what, 2 MVPs to 1.
Yep.
4 championships to 2.
Yep.
Okay, maybe 2 finals MVP 1. I'm sure they both have scoring titles.
Yes,
Steph has 1, KD has 1.
I don't
I
think
think Steph
KD
has 2. I think Steph has 2 scoring titles.
and I'm sure KD's never been an all defensive team.
He's a better defender, to be fair.
Yeah.
But he's not been on the defensive team.
And Steph hasn't been. So it's really apples to oranges. One is the all-time 3-point scorer.
54-9.
Steph's great still.
But I say Steph is great.
Steph's
Just
great.
that finals MVP, he's proved that he can win.
You have to look at it as well. Like KD, like he hasn't won without Steph.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's the most simple way I can put it. He hasn't won without Steph. Steph's won twice without KD.
That's true, man. Sorry,
Like,
KD, man.
Come on.
One series win with Kyrie, you know. Only one series win with
It's funny
Kyrie.
because it's not funny. It's unfortunate because if Kyrie doesn't go down last season, they probably win the chip.
Bro, if KD's foot was half a foot like behind the line,
They beat Atlanta. Obviously, they beat
I
Atlanta.
think they'd be Atlanta without Kyrie because I don't know how long Kyrie was injured for. After he got injured, he was injured for the whole playoffs, right?